That'll do, that'll do. I was away to take a risk, but I changed my mind. I almost took a risk. Don't take a risk on a live stream. Always take a risk on a live stream. Right, let's stop that. Okay, hello, how we doing? Let me know if there's any problems. I had some setup issues tonight for a change, so I'll check the bottom of the chat. Thanks for coming, Wecklum. Yeah, we're hammering on about something tonight. There's a title. That's what we're hammering on about. What was it again? Gear video, new gear videos. Click or skip. I think that's what it was. That's what we're talking about. We did a poll yesterday, and yeah, we'll talk about it today. Also, I've got some notes. I'm going to be referring to the notes because I'm trying to revamp the stream a little bit, although it's not in its fully revamped form yet. And I think I need some help from you, the people who attend and come along and have dropped some paper. So yeah, we'll talk about that shortly. But let's say hello, everybody. All right, let's say hello. Yeah, another flipping username is in. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. You're 6 hours early. Nice one. Thanks for coming, mate. Old Man Zen is in the house. Thanks for coming, mate. Francis Chamber is in. Hello. Richard Sheehan's in. How you doing, mate? You missed last week. What? Excuse me? Okay, that's fine. Thanks for coming. King Cal's in the house. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Dave Lewis is in. Hello, mate. Hozer68. Hello to you. Jojo Fryer Rocks. How you doing, Jojo? Good to see you. IMA640 is in the house. Peter Cons is in. Oh, right, okay. This is when people start saying hello to each other now. And then I see if I miss anyone. Now, Trey Shredden's in the house. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. And Maidenman74. JR Channing, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Al Lindsay Gear Safari is in the house as well. Great. Thanks y'all for coming, you absolute legends. King Cal, love that guitar. I've always just missed out when one has come up for sale. Any mods to that one, Steve? Not yet. I am dying to mod this. I've got so many mod plans for it. Like I've got a different neck to put on it from another identical, well, not identical, it's a black GS450. I hate these pickups. I really dislike them a lot. So I've got a set to go in there. What have I got to go in there? I've got a Tone Rider something, Alnico 2 or 4, I think, or is it an Iron Gear? Can't remember. I got something recently for the bridge, and I'm either going to put in the Surfaris, Tone Rider Surfaris in here, or I've got a pair of, well, I've got a set of Kinman Noiseless that I got ages ago that I want to put in as well. And so I've pretty much got everything. It's good to go, but I'm starting to toy with the idea of putting a Vega Trem on this. So I'm going to hit up Vega Trem and see if they want to help me out with that. And then I'll wait and do the full video on it. So that's kind of holding things up at the moment. Anyway, thanks for asking, because I do love that guitar. It's got so much potential, but at the moment, I'm not loving it. Anywho, sound-wise. Right, what have I missed? Oh, the chat jumps. That happens a lot. Where did we get to there? A bit of jazz there. I don't know if we'd call it jazz. It's a bit... Nah. Soundtrack from an 80s movie, maybe somewhere in between 80s movie, jazz, The Love Boat. It's got a bit of a, what do you call it? I hear a bit of Earth, Wind and Fire there, a little bit, and a bit of Average White Band, definitely. Yeah, some stuff like that. Anywho, did I miss anybody coming in? Chris Ramsbottom, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming in. Songclear Abraham, no, I always get that wrong. Songclear Abraham. Let me know on the pronunciation, I always get that wrong. Vincent Brennan's in, hello. Mini Guitar Society in the house. The chat jumped again because that happens. Stephen Barr's in, hello, mate. Luke Fulton, how you doing, mate? I think we're almost there. There's Serge Vertone, hello to you, mate. Good to see you. Milehouse Studios in the house, how you doing, mate? Great to see you. Thanks for popping in. Actually, if you stick about, you don't have to stick about, but I was going to ask you something. I was going to phone you about it. I could maybe just ask you live. About a guitar problem. Anywho, special wave to Paul, of course. Right, I think we're caught up. Me, myself, and I. Hello to you. Loving the lavender flat cap. Thank you very much, mate. You know, you got to match the guitars. It's kind of close-itch. That middle bit, a little bit, kind of. Anyway, You got to make the effort sometimes. What have you bought, Zen? Zen's bought something. What have you bought? Tell us all about it. We're caught up. Oh, mini guitar. You absolute legend. The Vega Time Fund. Thank you so much, mate. You absolute gentleman and scholar. There you go. There's a heart for you. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Much appreciated. For the Vega Time Fund. I'm hoping I can get away with getting a wee sponsorship. That would be awesome. But yeah, let's put that into the fund anyway. You never know. Maybe I'll need some kind of beverage while I'm installing it. Oh, the Abbey Road Gretsch, that's right. Yes, old man Zen, I do remember you got that. Nice one. Hey, I'll no Nam for this fella, you're not going to Nam. Thoughts on Youngblood? You might have asked that before, or someone definitely did, but my only experience with Youngblood was that back to the beginning Sabbath gig, and I just thought he was mediocre. That's my thoughts on him. Right, so we've got topics to talk about, but I need your help, right? So let me look at my notes. We've got some wee announcements, small announcements that I'll pepper in as we go. We're obviously going to talk about the poll. Sorry, I'm going to tell you about Friday's vid, because Friday's vid I think is a banger. I think it's a banger. A collab, big collab. You'll know the people in it. So I'm very excited about that because it's two of my kind of YouTube heroes. And what else? Yeah, I'm going to ask you for your ideas as well about how we can re-enhance, reshape, reinvigorate this live stream, right? I want to improve it. That's one of my big goals for 2026 is improve this live stream and make it better. So I want to reformat it a little bit, and I maybe need some ideas for suggestions. So the first announcement that I'm going to put in right now is that these live streams are now going to be 90 minutes long from here on out, right? So if you were going to be leaving at 8:30, I'm sorry, you've got to stay. No, I'm not joking. You can do it, stay as long as you want, dip in for 5 minutes, stay for half an hour longer after, just staring at the screen. You could do whatever you want, or anything in between. It's all appreciated. But yeah, it's to give me a bit more breathing room during the stream, and also to maybe have time to put in more bits. Sometimes I struggle to fit in the poll and catch up with the comments and things like that. So there you go. There you go. That's about it. We did the hellos. What is that? That's it. Yeah. If you're watching on catch up, hello. Chuck something in the comments, and I'm also needing some suggestions from you as well when it comes to how we're going to reshape this stream. All right. That's about it. Right, I'm going to go back to my notes again, keep me on track. Right, the topic of the day. We're talking about new gear vids, right? And it's not just specific to like launch campaigns where some new piece of tech, a pedal, a plug-in, a modeler, or even a guitar or a series of guitars or something big comes out. Lam's in. How you doing, Lammy? Nice to see you. And they pay for a big ad campaign by giving it to a load of YouTubers, and then there's a product launch day and all the videos come out on the same day. That's a thing, but it's not the thing that I'm talking about specifically. I mean, it's a thing. I'm just asking what it is, not what it is, what you think about new gear videos in general. So it doesn't have to be a product launch, just something new comes out. Are you always watching to see what's new? Do you like to keep your finger on the pulse? Do you just kind of dip in and out depending on if it's something that you're interested in, or is it more like you seen something on the used market that you've been after for ages, and then you start to do a bit of research and you find some old videos of old reviews? What kind of stuff are you watching? So the reason I'm thinking about this is because it's NAMM in a couple of weeks, so your feeds, my feed as well, is going to be bombarded with loads of new gear, announcements, launches, new series, products, modelers, all this stuff, right? So that's going to take up the home screen for a long time. Now, I've got a China video that I was going to put out right in there, and it's got the potential to be a good performing video, but maybe not during NAMM week. So that's why I was kind of trying to get the feelers out there as to what you're thinking about new gear videos. Or do you just actively avoid them because you're not interested? You prefer walkthroughs of Chinese guitar stores? Right, okay, let's catch up with the chat a little bit. Oh, Luke Fulton has become a hammer-on hero, and congratulations, Luke, and thank you so much. But you're the first hammer-on hero on this channel, on Cassaday Guitar. Now, that's one of the things we're going to be mentioning in the announcements later on, as well as a Patreon. I'm rejigging that. We've got YouTube memberships on the main channel, which don't make the most amount of sense, because one of the benefits of YouTube memberships is that you get a little, like what Luke's got now beside his name, is a little hammer-on hero badge, excuse me, that comes up in comments. Excuse me. Let's do another one of them. There we go. And when your comment comes up on a normal video on the main channel, I'll see it. I could see that you're a hammer-on hero plus. So I'm not more likely, you're guaranteed a response. I do respond to every comment anyway, but I can't do that forever. So these ones are all guaranteed responses. When it comes to the live stream though, you can't use your hammer-on hero badge from the other channel on this channel. It's just the way YouTube is set up. So Luke Fulton is the only hammer-on hero at the moment on the main channel. So you'll be the only guy with a hammer on this live chat. Anywho, and Milehouse Studio has just became a hammer-on hero. Now there is DOS hammer-on heroes on the second channel. Thank you so much, Milehouse, you absolute legend. Look at that. Look at that. And of course, you know that Richard Sheehan's joined as well. Oh, this wasn't even a sales pitch thing. I was just letting you know that it's available now. It's one of the things that was announcing in the announcement things, but thank you, thank you. By the way, Milehouse also has memberships on his channel. I'm a member. You can check it out. He sometimes does members only live streams and members only videos. There you go, worth checking out. And same with Milehouse. You'll get a response. You're more likely to get a response from a comment if you're a member as well. That's why I became a member, because I thought he didn't love me anymore. So anyway, right, great stuff. Catching up with the chat. Thank you for becoming members. You absolutely. Then we've got another one. Hozzer68 is also a hammer-on hero. By the way, if you're already hammer-on hero pluses on the main channel, feel free to cancel it and join here if you'd rather have it coming up in the mainstream. I'm not precious about any of this stuff, so hugely appreciated anybody that wants to join in any way, shape or form and support the channel. Legends. Okay, moving on. Where did we get to? Stefan Bar. This seems important. I've ordered a BMX at the age of 43. Does that count as new gear? Well, from what I remember, BMXs only have the one gear, don't they? It's just single. Yeah, sorry. But nice one, mate. Oh, love the BMX back in the day. Mag wheels, the big plastic rim, cool as anything. I'm on the 80s, 90s. Yes, great stuff. Jojo Fry, you do like to keep up with new guitar and gear releases. Well, so do I. And sometimes I wonder if I'm keeping up because I need to do it for the channel, or if I'm interested, or I think it's just I can't help it. I like to keep on top of it. A good way to keep on top of it all is Andy Guitar Geeks, The Week in Gear. Who watches that? Who watches Twig? He basically does a roundup of all the new launches in a week. It's a nice compact way of watching that kind of stuff. Peter Collins, you watch most guitar pedal amp reviews unless it's chugging gear. Fair enough, yeah. Got to keep it sort of specific to your interests. I'm much the same. I mean, I wouldn't watch like an 8-string video guitar, even though I've did one myself, but you get the idea. There you go, Jojo Fry, you get most of your updates from the Guitar Geeks channel. Exactly, there you go. Graham Campbell, it's fine you do it yourself, but the launch day when everybody does the same product does my head in. Yes. Here's the thing with launch day. You don't have to, if you're part of a product launch campaign, you don't have to upload your video on launch day. You don't have to. But if you don't, you're not going to get any views. So I know why people do it. I've actually, no. Well, I mean, I say I've not been part of a product launch day. I have, like the Enya stuff. I got it far ahead enough in advance where I could have got a video together, but I just didn't have my act together enough to get out on product launch day. And I suffered for it. Like in terms of views, it did not do well at all. We've got some more hammer-on heroes in the house. Gear Safari, Al Lindsay, thank you so much, mate. And Mini Guitar Society, thank you so much. This has ended up turning into something I was not expecting, but thank you all. Thank you, legends. Absolute legends. Excuse me. Where did we get to there? Mini Guitar Society, you did new to me gear stuff for a while, and doing that, it dawned on me there was at least one person doing gear reviews that had no idea that he was doing. You. I'll bet that's not true, mate. I'll bet that's not true. I quite like searching for old gear now. Like, for example, I unboxed this on a live stream quite a while ago. There's now a big story behind it. This is what I was going to ask Milehouse about. Look at the state of it. Look at all the fingerprints, Milehouse. This is right up your street, is it? Hey. But it's got stories. I'll maybe tell you about another time. Like, for example, this neck, beautiful neck that I got from China, was going to be on it, going to be going on it. Doesn't fit. Oversight on my part. But even without that, it's got another issue. That it might be good for a Milehouse charitable donation, perhaps, if he's up for it. Where do we get to there? King Cal, 53. You use the videos as an opportunity to learn pickups, pedals, sounds, signal chain ideas, etc. You can't afford any new or used gear, sadly. That's it. I mean, there's so much to be said for just, probably all of us have enough gear. Yeah? I've got more than enough gear, I know I do. I've got like a load of different ways of doing the same thing, but sometimes we can't help ourselves. We think we've found the perfect solution. Oh, but I need this wee mini amp for when I go travelling. What? When does that ever happen? And it sits in a drawer for over a year. Anywho, Indie OG, in my situation, you dipped out of the guitar scene so many decades ago that you try to watch as much as I can, hoping to get caught up to the rest of you before they put me 6 feet under. Nice one, mate. I mean, not a lot's changed. Tellies and Strats are still the same. You know what I mean? Actually, a lot's changed. That was one of the things in the poll someone was talking about, was innovation. Where we're at, has it peaked? Kinda not. John Little, thanks for coming, mate. Good music is good. Yes, you just learned something about signal chain from Fluff's new video. I never considered putting your phase 90 before your amp. There you go. Always something new to learn. And Stephen Barnes just ordered some new Crimson gear via Milehouse. Awesome. Awesome. Excuse me. Right, Vincent Brennan, hit that age that has started downsizing your gear to the stuff you use and the few that you just love to look at. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, mate. I've got a lot of stuff to purge. I'm holding on to far too much stuff, sorry. Search for Tone always loves being a part of lunch. See what you did there. What, like, for like some sort of cannibal situation? Is that what's going on there? Possibly. Georgia Fry, yeah, you kind of have to do it all on the same day, otherwise you look kind of lame. Yeah, that's it. Well, the hard thing is, like what I encountered with the Enya thing, this is my only experience really that I can sort of talk about with it, but yeah, all the videos come out and then everything's been done, so then you start thinking of coming up with an angle. You need to find a unique angle, and it's so much more difficult to do that when all the videos are already out. So that's why my Enya video was a shootout between the Enya and this, which made no sense. I thought it was a funny video, but everybody'd already seen the thing by then and didn't care. I didn't even care, to be honest with you. Although the Enya guitar's great, I like it. I just gave it to my dad the other day. Not for keeps, just a loan, alright? So he'll be mucking about with it. Where are we there? Me, myself and I, what does that say? You're waiting on the launch of the Telestrat LP clone. Is not that interesting? Yes, I hear you, mate. Very much. Hauser, you tried to film an unboxing vid of your new guitar. It was totally not good. What was not good? The guitar or the unboxing? It's not as easy as it looks, is it? Eh? Video call you tomorrow. You'll need a break while Joe's there. Like, I'm working tomorrow, but I will give you a shout. I'll give you a shout as soon as possible, mate. See what you think. Excuse me. You've got stuff to do. What he's doing? Look at this. We're getting another Jojo Milehouse collab. Is this an exclusive? You heard it here first. Paul's going to get the blue light out to check the spaff on that guitar. Yes. Could definitely happen. Oh man Zen, you often use guitar playing as a painkiller to deal with chronic pain, disability, and funnily enough, immersing myself in new gear news also helps keep my mind occupied in a fun way. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think a lot of the new gear videos I watch, I'm kind of actively trying to talk myself out of it while I'm watching. It's like, I don't need that. No. Although there's something I'm gassing for super hard at the moment, and I'll maybe tell you about it later, if anybody's interested. It's a guitar. Good music is good. I've got to get about 20 pedals up on reverb so I can buy more pedals. Yep, that's how it works. Mini Guitar Society, you put your Enya in the car for a couple of hours, then in the shower, and then played the Mini in a pool. Yeah, that sounds about right. None of that improved the sound. Well, there you go. Enya or Kate Bush? Well, that is next week's poll, definitely. Right, we have caught up with the chat. Now that we've caught up to the chat, let's get a look at the poll results, what we're talking about new gear videos. Oh, nice one, King Carl. Waiting on the launch and reviews of the Chris Buck Signature Red Star. Is that going to be a thing? I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. If you've just come up with that, nice one, mate. I think you're probably right. Right, okay, poll. It's poll time. Right, so we were asking, how much do you care about new guitar gear releases? And we had 166 votes. It'll take a while to build up the votes again. But thank you all so much for voting, hugely appreciated. And we've got a nice little sample here. So, the first category at 12% is follow them closely, finger on the pulse, kind of watching most everything that comes out. So, is that the smallest? No, it's the second smallest amount. 66%, I watch if it's interesting. That is pretty much me, and I put a little extra question in there as well. What specifically interests you, so that we can find out in the comments what you're watching. So that was great, and we got a lot of stuff in the comments as well. So thank you all so much for sharing in the comments. That means loads, and it's hugely helpful. Like, analytics only tell you so much, but actually hearing from you what you're watching and what you like is very useful information. 13% of people just don't care at all, and I totally get that too, because there's so much of it out there, isn't it? It's oversaturated. So I like to know that 13% of people are still kind of watching this channel, or maybe they're not. Maybe they just seen the poll and responded to it and then went on their merry way. Who knows? 8%, the smallest percentage, only when it solves a real problem. So the people who are not really looking for anything specific anyway. So what I'm thinking is that thinking of making the decision whether I should put that China video out during NAMM week. It looks like, what is this? Can anybody do maths on this? 21% here are probably okay with that, and maybe some of the 66% as well. So I don't know what we'll call it. Let's call it 34.8%. Happy with that? So I don't know if I'll put that video out or not. I probably will, because I don't have any other videos planned other than this Friday's one. Still need to tell you about that. Right, let's read out some comments. Especially if there's any that I've not answered, but I think I have responded to almost. Oh, there's one. GRB Aquatics. Hello. Always interested in and learning from new gear reviews, but as everybody is covering the same gear, that gets tricky. You do skip many, of course, being 60 and only new 2022 to electric guitar. I didn't know that, GRB, that you've only been playing electric guitar since 2022. That's interesting. Excuse me. You're so well established on the streams as well. You still find the old gear reviews are still of more meaning and interest to me as I try to catch up. All the best. Thank you, mate. That's actually one of the things that I like to do the most, is like the Squire Esprit that I reviewed, or the Charvel that had been out for ages. Just guitars that I think are cool and think this would be a cool one to have in the old back catalogue. Anton has become a hammer-on hero on Cassidy guitar. Thank you so much, Anton. You absolute legend. Moderator. Yeah, he is a moderator here. That's good. Yes. Moderator extraordinaire. Thank you so much, mate. Hugely appreciated. Thank you, everybody, for joining the Hammer-On Hero Pluses over on the YouTube. It's much appreciated. You get a wee badge in the chat. Exciting times. Thanks again. Legends. What were we saying there? Yeah. Coming up with... Sorry, not coming up with. Older, interesting guitars. Quirky guitars. I'm into that. I like a bit of that. Johnny Bean's in the house. Hello. How you doing, mate? Thanks for coming in. Right. let's jump in. Outstanding Bill. That is one of the best usernames ever. Mostly you click on videos made by people you like listening to. The fact they're talking about guitar or gear or science is kind of a bonus. You wish there was more novelty than there is. Real innovation is rare. It's good to know about the affordable guitars coming out these days, though I doubt I'll ever be able to justify the cost, seeing as I already have 2 Forever Strats, an OK LP. They're all just okay, aren't they? I'm only joking. And the family, of course, yes mate. 2 Forever Strats, good on you. But yeah, that's it. I mean, when you've got everything you need, why do you need to watch anything new? Yeah, that's it. Sometimes I would still watch new things. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Robbie F, you're hoping for some new Fender Indonesia Cork models. Specifically, you would like to see an HH or a P90 Mustang. Interesting. Was it not the Fender Modern Player series, same series as the Starcaster here, that did a P90 Mustang? I'm pretty sure it is because my mate got one of them. Made in China. Jed Ellis, gear is gear. You just like to watch guitar related content even if I'm not going to buy it. That might be, yeah, that's definitely it for me, mate. Yeah, that's it. Sort of can't help it. Just need to keep my hand in. Great stuff. So, right, is there any more I've not answered? We've answered everybody. I like to read John Robson as well, if I can find him. And of course, check out John Robson's live stream tomorrow at 5 PM UK, tomorrow, or another time if you live somewhere else. There he is. John Robson, I avoid new release videos as they're usually sponsored, and therefore I'm never certain about the impartiality of such reviews. I prefer to look for reviews by smaller channels run by people who've paid for the gear and are less likely to be in the pay of the company concerned. Yes, I could totally get that, and yeah, yes indeed, makes sense. Although when it comes to the impartiality of some reviews, I think I've got to a stage where there's channels I watch where I can tell whether they're just saying it for the video, like to keep the sponsor happy, and I can tell. Well, I mean, the honest ones are really easy to tell, I think. But, I mean, it's true. It is. I don't think you can be 100% honest and transparent about everything in a paid review. That's not the right... That's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say is... No, that's what I meant to say. You can't be like 100% unbiased. That's what I meant to say, not honest. I don't think you can be 100% unbiased. There's still something in there. There is. Whether you like to admit it or not. There is for me anyway. There definitely is. Although I would never mislead. That's the thing. Jojo Fry, you're wondering whether we will see many, if any, new amps from NAMM. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we will. But yeah, amps are, they need to make a comeback, don't they? Rexomatic, how you doing, mate? Sent you an email, read dates. We are considering for Scotland trip mid-September. Maybe a few of your viewers would want to do a meet-up in Dundee, Edinburgh or Glasgow. Well, I mean, if anybody... Thank you, by the way. I'll need to get caught up on my emails. Apologies. That's on my list. Look, here's my other list. Emails. I need to check up my emails. Yes. I mean, that's been, what do you call it, put forward from Rexomatic. He's coming through from the States of America. He did a visit last year to John Robson, and he's come up to Scotland, so he's thinking maybe we could do some kind of meet-up. If that was to happen, you definitely don't want anybody to come to Dundee. There's nothing going on here. But Edinburgh and Glasgow are better shouts, especially if you want to check out a guitar shop. Okay. CD Nelson, you like to... Oh, wait a minute. Let's get back to the main... Sorry. Yeah, hello again. You like to see... Why am I rushing so much? The stream is now 90 minutes. I can calm down. I can slow down. I can take another wee sip of this. Sorry about that. I shall talk slower now, so that I can be understood more clearly. Okay, CD Nelson. I like to see gear demos by people of varying playing levels, or that focus more on deep dives, and then see one that has more first impressions. Yeah, that makes sense to me as well. Yeah, I totally get that. Want to see different levels of playing. Yeah. I'm the same. I watch channels of and reviews of people of all playing levels as well. Like you don't have to be the greatest player in the world to have an informed opinion on said gear. Nathan Champion Music, how you doing, mate? Usually I find that waiting a few weeks after the big release, you'll find someone who reviews a product and actually show you something useful and not just the same content as at the launch. Yeah, it depends on what the thing is, because sometimes there is a list of specs that people want you to say. I've never been in that situation, personally. Anyway, excuse me. IMA640, you weren't aware of the LP signature, seen the guitarist and the Cooks playing one and thought that looks a cool looking guitar. I missed the LP signature of what you're referring to, but I do like the band the Cooks and their guitar player's phenomenal, great guitar player. George, oh sorry, good music is good. You think the Lava Studio amp nailed it? I feel we see a lot more like that. Yeah, could be, yeah. Sorry about that. Right. Me, myself and I love the community and will watch basically just anything you all throw out. Absolute legend, mate. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Look at that. I've still got to catch up on Jojo's video from yesterday, actually. Sorry, Jojo, I'll get that at the weekend. I'll do that, I promise. King Cal, you thought the Lava Studio was clever, but you always worry tech like that. The company will just stop updating it so it becomes obsolete. Yeah, I'll always, anytime I get an opportunity, I will mention it. The Fender Mustang amps, Fender stopped supporting them. I've got a couple of them. It's very annoying. Like, if Fender will stop supporting something, anybody could, you know what I mean? Yeah. And especially with, well, actually, the Lava isn't a completely, that wasn't their first product, was it? Because they had the Lava guitars, the Lava Me, still kind of guitar tech. And they were quite well received, I think. There's a people in the schools got one. It's quite cool. Mini Guitar Society, you watch old reviews to see if you agree with what they've done in the past. If they do, then I trust them with their new stuff. That's a good point, although opinions change as well though. I've seen myself 180 on a couple of things. Not string trees, but you know what I mean? Always good to see what was happening. Sorry, this is Graves List. Always good to see what was happening with the pedals and amps, but hard to gauge how the reviews are sponsored by us. Love a rig rundown video from the band's artist that I like more than new gears videos. Yes, I like that too. Tell you what, is anybody familiar with Mark Spear, the guitar player from Krungbin? Last year, he had a signature model Fender that came out with not a lot of fanfare and noise, and it's such a cool guitar, and his ethos is super cool as well. So basically his gigging guitar is just like a made in Mexico off the shelfer, like most people's guitars who have signature guitars now. And yeah, he's did some modifications and stuff that, like a wiring mod that went wrong that he kept has went into the signature model. And the most impressive stuff that I've seen, that I've never seen on any other Fender guitar ever, production model, he put Graphtec string trees on it. It's the only one I've ever seen. Have you ever seen another one with Graphtec string trees on it? So I thought that was great. He was obviously adamant. It's like, no, I use these. I want them on it. I love that. Huge respect for that. Anywho, where did we get to there? Vincent Brennan, too much emphasis on apps these days put me off buying anything that needs an app to use. Yes, I don't like apps either. I highly dislike them. In fact, I've even got a phone just for apps, for this amp basically. It's my old mobile and I use it for the Fender tone for that amp thing. Yeah. Where did we get to there? Gear Safari, you're doing some filming with Jet at NAMM. Steve or everyone on here, let me know if there's anything you would like me to ask, etc., or any other brands. There you go. Keep an eye on Al Lindsay's Gear Safari as well, because he'll be bringing out some content from NAMM if you want to see stuff from someone in the community. Phoenix, that's where Rexomatic's from. There we go. I just seen, yeah, where are you saying, Milehouse? You've just done an interesting deal with Leo James guitars. Allow me to demonstrate brutal honesty. It'll most likely be a one-off. Oh, right, well, I've seen a lot of hit and miss stuff with Leo James, yes. Should I say this? Should I say this? Okay, all I'll say is, Leo James guitars there is one channel out there who is a very avid vocal supporter of Leo James guitars. And to be honest, I've not seen too many other ones. That's all I'm saying. Will I also say that no, I won't say that. I won't say that. I'll be good. I'm going to be good, just in case anybody figures things out. Right. Oh. Please speak faster. We only have 2 hours for the stream. We've got 90 minutes. Brian, pay attention. Pay attention. You've only got one job. Graham Campbell, I think we should meet up in Auchtermuchty just to hear folk pronounce it. Yes, that would be good. And remember to wear the appropriate headwear. He knows what I'm talking about. Al, can you ask Jet Guitars how they make them for the price? Good question. Good question. Ben Travers in the house. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. What are you saying to it? Late to the party again. So awesome to have you back, mate. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Smashing it. We all need a hangout this year at Birmingham. Yes. Make sure you all come and say hi to me. Of course we will, mate. Looking forward to Birmingham. Be great to meet you, mate. Catch up. Catch up? Is it a catch up if I've never met before in person? No. But it'll be great to meet you. That was what happened at Birmingham last year. I met Milehouse for the first time. Jojo Fry for the first time in person. Great. And I met people that I met the previous year as well. Birmingham Guitar Show people. Are you going? Who's going to the Birmingham Guitar Show? AKA the UK Guitar Show. Milehouse is going to have a stall this year. A stall? Is that what we'll call it? An exhibit. He's an exhibitor this year. That sounds better. So there you go. Yeah. And Ben Travers is going to be there. Nice. Great stuff. What a player Ben Travers is. You need to check out his channel, people, if you've not. Where are we at? Oh, most people say that is pretty good. You just got a Solus Max. I like it. I don't know what that is. Right. Okay. I have lost some. It's jumped up and down. I've lost the chat. Right. But Ben Coombs is in the house. How you doing, mate? Great to see you. Ben Travers, I'd love to meet you all there. P.S. Steve, you have to sign my Telecaster. What? Right. Ben Travers was on the No Cover Charge podcast last weekend, with Music Is Win and Jared James Nichols. Like, Ben Travers is the real deal. The real deal. And he's a monster player, and he was telling them on the podcast that he's wanting to get his favourite players and whatnot to sign his telly. And he's talking about real people, and he's just me sign your guitar with the... Okay, please let me sign it. Mate, I don't deserve it, but you're an absolute gentleman for offering. I'll bring a Sharpie though, just in case. That'll be it. You'll come and say me, you want to say, Steve, sign my telly. I'll be, oh no, mate. I couldn't possibly. No, mate. No, whereabouts we want that then? Anyway, pull it from behind my ear or something. Anyway, right. Where are we at in the stream? Okay, normally this would be 20 minutes to the end, but I've got a little bit more leeway now. So I can go to my notes and start talking about some stuff. This is what notes look like. What's on the back? Oh yeah, that was the first version of the notes. Right, did I do everything? Wecklumped. We did Wecklum. Yeah, so the crux of it is, not the crux, the thing, the point. I want to make the stream better. I want to make the live stream better, right? So, it's longer to give us more time to chat, do things. I'm always... slow down, Steve. So we're 90 minutes long, yes. Did anybody notice I've got a new logo? I've got a new logo. There's a new logo. That's the big announcement. And I've also, this is a new thumbnail template as well for the live streams too. I'm keeping that. And if anybody didn't know from last week, can I show you this? I don't know if I can show you this. I'm going to try and show you this. every 1 week out of 4 for the live streams, the first Thursday, the first live stream of the month is going to be dedicated to let's design a guitar. And we did the January one last week. Can I show you it here? Hold on. We'll try and show you it. How do you, anybody know how to work the internet? I think I forgot how to internet. Oh, here we go. And here is last week's creation. It's not a great looking image, but there's what we created. It wasn't my choices, it was the community that designed it together, all right? So we all got involved together and designed this. It's a Jazzmaster thin line, Tripletron reverse headstock, mahogany body, no, walnut body, I think. Yep, it's that. So if you can find that poll thing, I'm looking for names for it. See, you've got name here. And that's the January version, so next month we'll be doing something different. We won't be doing an offset, I'll try and do a different guitar type every month, or until we need to recycle them again if there's not enough guitar designs. Anyway, that was loads of fun last week. I really enjoyed that, so that's staying. That is one of the things that's going to stay. So, 1 week out of the 4 is let's design a guitar together. Right, what else is happening? I've got my glasses on. What is going on? Okay, right. So, format ideas, like for a bit. I want to have a bit in the live stream at some point. That doesn't make any sense, right? Here's what the live stream already is, the format that we've had from before, right? I always start off with an intro jam, right? Some other channels do like the countdown thing, but I just want to get right in, and I want to play, and I want to make mistakes. That's what I want to do, and I feel like I do that successfully, right? That's the kind of getting into the stream thing. Start off with the jam. I feel like you've got to play on a guitar channel, on a guitar stream. That's just my own self-inflicted rules. There's always a jam at the start. It's always a mess. Rough and ready. That's it. There's no fakery going on in this playing, all right? You can tell. No one would fake that. Right, so we start with the jam, and then we do the hellos. Hello, everybody. How's it going? All that stuff. We've got a topic that we chat about loosely. We'll go to the poll. In the hour, there's never time for that, usually. I'd also like to have another bit here. And then just have the sort of hangout chat part as well, right? So it's that, but it's also, I want it to be more entertaining for people watching on catch up. So if you're watching on catch up, ideas, much appreciated. Now, one of the questions I had was, more for myself, but I want to ask you as well. Searching for Tone has became a hammer-on hero as well. Search for Tone is like a member of everything. He's like a member of the Patreon. He's a hammer-on hero on... Why did you zoom into me there? On the main channel, he's a hammer-on hero, plus on the second channel, absolute legend. Thank you so much for the support, mate. Kind of... Hey, there we go. Fixed it. Thank you, mate. You're absolute legend. So yes, is this channel, is this deserving of doing a Q&A? See, I thought for a while, I should do a Q&A. But then I thought, who the hell do you think you are, Steve Cassidy? You just hit 10k subs. I mean, good on you, but come on, a Q&A. Who wants to ask you questions? Who's really interested in what you've got to say? I don't know. But I think it would be really handy for me to have something to talk about. It could give me ideas for future live streams. If there's a good question and something that I can really talk about for a bit, I'd like to use that as a bit for the live stream. So maybe dedicate 5 minutes to just talking about a question answered. If there's anything, I don't know. So if you're watching on catch up, if you've got any questions, chuck them in the comments. Pretty please, be hugely appreciated. And if a Q&A is a good idea, I kind of think it is a good idea. I don't know if I'm deserving of it, but if it's a good idea, let's make Q&A a thing, and where it's going to live is in the comments of this live stream. And yeah, there you go. I'll go through them each week, and if there's something worth spending time on, sorry, not worth spending time on, I'm sure the questions will be good. It's just if I've got an answer worth sharing. Right, that's what I'm thinking. Excuse me. Excuse me. Right, let's catch up with the chat. And that's all my rants. Now it's open to some feedback for some of the stuff that I've said there. And this is a bit of a mess. Let's tidy that a bit. Is that better? Bit more. There we go. There we go. We've got an envelope in the shot. That's better. Excuse me. Right. I mean, Milehouse is tempted to make that jazzy. It's pretty cool, is it? I don't know if you were here for the build stream, like when it came to that part, Paul, but it was going all right. It was kind of, it was all right. And then it was Graham Campbell. We couldn't decide whether to put in the large Trons with the pickup ring mounts that are big and gold. Why does it keep doing that? Or the small ones. We tried the too small, it looked weird. We tried the too big, it looked weird. And then Graham Campbell just says, stick 3 in, stick a triple Tron in there. And it just absolutely made the guitar, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's really cool. And, I mean, there's a reverse headstock. Yeah, what do you think of that? Pretty cool, eh? I'm dying to get this on the guitar. So this has been with the tech for ages. Oh, here's something I could tell you. I've just thought of something I could tell you that's interesting. Excuse me. I'm going to cough some more. And again. I did a gig bag live stream before, right? Talking about all the various gig bags you can get. Has anyone ever come across this brand before? Ordo. Guitar sell them, right? Before you switch off, this is not anything sponsored. They would hate me if this was sponsored. So I got this when I bought a guitar, a used guitar. It came with the bag, and I thought, oh great, a wee gig bag. I thought it's an alright gig bag, it's not too bad. But the padding on it is like a bit meh. I don't know if it's 20mm or not, right? Something like that, but I seen them on Guitar, and they're charging like 60 quid or something for these gig bags, and they're so not worth it, right? So if you're ever looking for a new gig bag, don't buy one of these, right? They're not worth the money, in my opinion, right? This is going somewhere, hold on. Wait a minute, actually I have got a wee opportunity for a plug here. No lies, and if anybody's got one, you can agree or disagree in the comments. The Thomann's own electric guitar deluxe gig bag is the best gig bag you can get for the money. It's like about between 20 and 30 pound. It's got either 20 or 30mm of padding, and it's like proper good quality. It's like a PRS gig bag, but a little bit bigger. Anyway, so this gig bag, I had this in with the tech for weeks, like way before Christmas. This guitar was in it to get a job done, which didn't get done, as was this neck that was going to go on that went on later, right? And I was in this bag, and I got home last night and I was coming through the door with this on, and the zip at the bottom burst. Guitar neck smashed to the ground. So I don't know if that neck's going to be any good. So I already thought this was not worth the money. Never, ever buy an Ordo gig bag. There you go. Right, that's my rant over there. There you go. Does anybody want a rant? Maybe you could do a 5-minute rant every week. Right, Old Man Zen, you're supposed to find that guitar building site URL. Yes, I was waiting for that, mate. Let me know if you come across it. Jojo enjoyed the guitar design stream. Yes, I did too. I loved it. It's great fun. Resington in the house. How you doing, mate? Resington, you need to be made a moderator, because Resington also has a channel that you need to check out. Adds a moderator. There we go. And of course, check everybody's channels out if you've not yet with the wrenches. Yes. Where did we get to there? Okay. There we go. Hauser beat Searching for Tone by 20 minutes. Absolute legends. Thank you again for becoming YouTube memberships on the new channel. It's so cool to see the little badges on the live chat, because we've had YouTube members on the main channel and I never get to see the badges, so that's great. Oh, we just jumped there. Where did that go? Mad Hatter's in the house. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Mad Hatter, why have I forgot your other name? Malachi, there he is. Good to see you, mate. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. And again, Ben Coombs, you started doing a Q&A live stream when you had 25 subs. Don't be me. Ben Coombs, guys, you need to check out his live streams. If you're in the UK, it's on late for us, but it's always very entertaining. I always enjoy the bad album covers and just the general chit chat and hang, because Ben's a cool guy. Check out. And search for Tone's live stream and Jojo Fry Rocks, who does live streams around about once a month, something like that. Jojo says, oh, we've got questions. Nice. Of course, yes, so questions could be about anything. Music stuff, guitars, gear. I'm not an expert in anything, but I've got opinions. Who doesn't have opinions? YouTube stuff. I love talking about YouTube. Thumbnails, titles, any of that stuff. OMG, I've just realised I've not told you about tomorrow's video. I could tell you about that right now. Jojo, here's a question, Steve. How would you start off teaching a synth player to play guitar? They've no hope. Just give up immediately. I'm all joking. It depends on... See, when you say a synth player, that's interesting. What's their background? Like, do they know... Did they start off on piano so they know how to read? What's their knowledge of the keyboard? Because, like... Sorry, my chair's moving. Like, the keyboard player in our band, Gary, is such a rare breed. Because he never learnt piano or anything like that. He just learnt pure keyboard and all by himself. He doesn't have any formal training or anything, but he's brilliant and he can play everything and anything. He's a really good player. But he doesn't really know too much about what he's doing. He doesn't know scales, arpeggios, anything like that. So, yeah, when you say synth player, it makes me think, what's the background there? What do they already know? So, what might be useful is, theory-wise, so they can understand the fretboard a bit better, is show them how the white and black keys work on the fretboard, basically the chromatic scale. That might help as a starting point. And explain the annoying tuning of the guitar, how it's not in fourths all the way. Anywho, I had an answer to a question. I don't know if it was a good answer, but I answered the question. There you go. There we go. Luke Fulton, budget Fender gig bags are a rip-off. Yeah, the old ones that have got the massive fender down the neck. I know those ones. There's like, they're like tote bags almost. Nathan Champion, you wholeheartedly agree with Thomann's own bags. Got them for your electrics and acoustics. See, that's it. They are awesome. Affiliate link in the description. For Nathan Champion music, that is. Yeah, if you're buying anything from Thomann, I'm telling you the Thomann, when I did the 2 Harley Benton videos on this channel, like just before Christmas or whenever it was, like reactions to the Carlos Asensio model with a Vega trim and the new Player, what's it called? Not Player Plus, ST Modern Plus. Got loads of affiliate sales off of that. That was not expecting, so that was pretty cool. Where do we get to there? Great old man Zen, you found the URL. Nice one. Yeah, I'll make you a mod, of course, mate. Sorry. Let's do that. Add as a moderator. There we go. Right. Great stuff, mate. Yeah, chuck it in the chat. Scott Bogfoot's in the house. What if you had a gig bag with air pockets that you could pump up for padding, like the Reeboks the cool kids had in the 90s? That would be cool. There was a gig bag that was a bit like that. It had a neoprene thing. Sorry, I need to turn this light down. Oh, that's making it redder. There we go. Sort of like bubble part. It wasn't filled with air, but it was like spongy. Was it tribal something? Something like that. Tribal Planet. That rings a bell. Resington also says the Thomann gig bags are great. True story. Jojo, you're sure Matt would love a keytar? Yes, that's what to do. There we go. Cheers, Steve. Oh, of course. Where do we get to there? Oh, we jumped. There we go. Hozzer, what are you saying? You went the other way. Guitar first, piano, keyboard second. Yeah. See, it's funny. I have in my teaching room in school, I've got a piano next to me that I use for lessons a lot, like to outline scales and sort of, because I've got a lot of pupils who are like, no, pupils who play piano and then they learn guitar. So sometimes I try and explain things on the piano to, here's how it works on guitar, but I don't know how to play the piano myself. I know how it works, I know the layout, but I can't play anything technically. Anyway, I've just never spent any time on it. Milehouse is going to be in Colorado in July. Nice one. Oh, I think I know where you might be going. That's very cool. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Ah, brilliant. Right, okay, old man Zen, thank you very much for putting that link in. I'll check that out when the stream is over, or before the next Let's Design a Guitar anyway. That's what we'll do. Graham Campbell, you use a Thomann Deluxe gig bag, the fake leather ones. It's been brilliant for years. Yeah, is that the one that's kind of like beige? I've never tried that one, but I know that one's a bit more expensive, so I'm just assuming it's got to be better, because their stuff is pretty great. Great gig bags. Never buy an Ordo gig bag. Has anybody ever bought an Ordo gig bag? Don't ever buy one. Absolute rip-off. Ben Travers, great to hang, but you've got to shoot. Stay awesome, everyone, and I'll see you week after next. It's not that close, is it? No. Week after next? No. I'll see you when we see you, mate. Is it that close? You're going to NAMM, you're not? I'm not going to NAMM. You go to NAMM. I'll be watching your videos anyway. Right. Catch you later, mate. Good to see you. Right. Oh. Is this the sort of normal end point of the stream? I feel like I've fizzled out. Maybe 90 minutes was a bad idea. Right, any other areas of business? Oh, actually, I know what to do right now. Hold on. I might have to, what do you call it? Top up my water. And I feel like I have to explain this every week. This glass looks like super dirty. I mean, and I suppose it is, right? But it's a clean glass. But first thing in the morning, I have one of these effervescent vitamin C waters things, and it just clouds up the glass instantly like this. And then I just use it for the rest of the day. Anyway, yes, Ben will be at NAMM. I'll see it. Well, I'm not going to NAMM, but I'll see your videos from NAMM. Kill it at NAMM, Ben. Make all the connections. What is he to say? Rip it and, yeah, get in there. Do your thing. Right, we've got a minute. I'm going to hydrate, and then we're going to come back and we've got other things to discuss. Try and behave. You'll still be able to hear me because the mic is clip-on. I'm going to boot this Ordo bag out of the way. Piece of shit. Not good gig bag is what I meant to say there. Here we go. Anybody ever wondered what the kitchen sounds like? That's what the kitchen sounds like. There you go. There's my water. That'll do it. Scottish tap water. You can't beat it. Right out the tap. Right in your mouth. Right. So, Anton, make sure you flush and wash your hands with soap and water after, Steve. Why are you okay. You hope it's not going to be number 2. How could you? How could you? Right, okay. Here's what I want to do for the next little section. Wait a minute. Jojo, you've got to get an early night up super early to drive to Plymouth before rush hour traffic. No! Not acceptable. I'm only joking. Michael, Steve's actually handed in the glass to the maid to fill up the servants' quarters. That's true story, that's right. I might have to send it back actually. It's a little bit on the warm side. Chilled, please. Get some ice in that. As long as I don't hear what the bathroom sounds like. Not in this stream. Well, maybe we could do that the second Thursday of every month. Anywho, see you later, Jojo. Thanks for coming in. Right, quick chat about the Patreon for anybody who's still here. First, let's thank the Patreons. Roller String Trees, Chris McKean, Jed Ellis, Danny Soul, Hoser Cottam, Steve Murphy, William Taylor, Ben Travers, The Ubi, Mark Mogum, David Wicks, Anton Aramenko, Serge Vertone, and the Hammer On Plus heroes on YouTube, Grandpa Joe, Outstanding Bill, Cypod Day Guitars. No, they're Hammer On Heroes Plus on Patreon. Sorry, I always get that mixed up. And then we've got the channel members, which I'm going to have to update this list for next week. Donald Easton, Hauser, Willis Taylor, Anton Armenko, Searching for Tone, Chuck's Guitar, David Wicks, Richard Sheehan, you absolute legend. Some of you are going to get X2 behind you for next week. Hugely appreciated. And then we've also got our regular Patreon members, Frank Chambers, Stevie Mack, Kelso Brago Brandau, Al Lindsay, Simon Wenlock, Rexamatic, Steve Gunner, Anthony Marabito, Budget Guitar Show, Gubby Hitchcock, Robin McCourt, Francis Chambers, MP, Paul Crane, Greg Stevenson, Thaddeus Thompson, Phil Sequeira, Nadine, Emoji Face, G Practice, Will, David Baby, Bill Cool, Alan Pape, and Andy. Oops, wrong camera. You see my belly there. Anywho, yes, thank you to the Patreons. Right, so this probably isn't the right place to say this. See you later, Paul. Thanks for coming in, mate. I'll give you a shout soon about that grubby guitar. Right up your street. So, where are we at? Patreon. This is probably not the place to be telling you about this. I should do this on Patreon, and I will do a video on this over the weekend. No, before I talk about Patreon, we're going to tell you about tomorrow's video, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the thumbnail. You get a spoiler of the thumbnail. This is something I could do. I could do this every week. Right, hold on. I'll show you the thumbnail. It's actually, I'm doing the thumbnail testing. So there's actually 3 thumbnails and I'll show you them, right? Okay, is this going to be in the right position? Right, here we go. Here's the thumbnails for tomorrow's video. Let's fix that a little bit. There we go. What do we think of that? I know I'm in the way of Ryan there. But there you go. We've got a bit of a collab on the go for tomorrow. There's another one of the thumbnails that you might see. Oh no, that's the same one. That's just got Ryan slightly smaller. I went with the bigger one. And we've got this one. There you go. And we've also got this one. And look out for the community post tomorrow, because there will be a caption this community post tomorrow. So tomorrow's video is a collab with 2 of my favouriteest ever YouTube channels, Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum and Landon Bailey. And it is such a daft video. If you love new gear stuff and sponsored videos, you're gonna, I don't know what you're gonna think of this. It's it's a bit wacky and wild. It was a 45-minute video that I've trimmed down to 22 minutes. And it's still pretty daft. I had to trim it down into 22 minutes that actually made sense. It was just so much chaos going on. Those 2 are just absolutely brilliant together. So funny. And it's going to be a premiere. And there's other news about that. So usually the videos are Friday at 6 PM. Tomorrow, because we're doing a 3-way collab between the 3 channels, I'm aware of Landon in Canada and Ryan's American audiences. So having it at 6 PM Friday UK time probably isn't the ideal time for these other audiences. So I'm pushing it back a bit later. So it's going to be 9 PM. 9 PM tomorrow night, which I believe is like, oh, I can't remember the times. I'll be in the community post tomorrow. Like, I'll tell you your time zone, what time that's at. And it's going to be a premiere. So I'll 100% be in the chat. I don't know if Landon or Ryan will show up. It would be great if they did. But yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to this video. And it's the first like proper video of the year. So that's what's happening. There's another wee look. Yay. Okay. Right. So that's what's going on tomorrow. Right. Now I was going to tell you about Patreon. Patreon. I started Patreon last year, round about summertime. And I spent a long time thinking about what I was going to put on Patreon, and if I could come up with a perks package that I would actually be able to keep up with doing. Because I was very mindful that I didn't want to set myself up for something that I couldn't do and couldn't keep up with. And I came up with like a perks package. I actually changed it pretty soon into it and tweaked it a bit. I was going to do a blog, ended up not doing a blog. I thought I'll do vlogs, and then, excuse me, added other payment tiers and things like that. And what ended up happening was, it became a lot of pressure. It shouldn't have been. It should be easy to do videos for Patreon, but it started to feel like I got a lot of guilt with Patreon, because I know people are paying a membership, and I'm saying that I'm going to put up videos and there's going to be extra content, and I just wasn't keeping up with it, and I was struggling to keep up with my own videos just for the channel, and then starting the second channel as well. And then the Patreon's always at the back of my mind, always like an obligation that I've got to fulfill, and I feel like I'm letting people down. So a big guilt comes across with that. So over this weekend, I'm restructuring the Patreon to something that will benefit you, Patreons. Well, most Patreons. Okay, so basically what it's going to be is, instead of free tier, £1 tier, I think it's £1, and a £3 tier, I think that's what it is, where the £3 tier we're getting access to more stuff, and yeah, so, some things weren't accessible on every level. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the back catalogue of Patreon, and I'm just going to make everything free for everyone, right? And that's what I'm going to keep doing until I reach a point where I can actually feel like I can provide some value that's sustainable for me. But at the moment, I'm letting everybody down on the Patreon. So, and I also feel like if I don't have, what do you call it? Yeah, I feel like if it's free and I'm not promising anything specific, that I think I'll actually post more. You know what I mean? If I don't feel like, oh, I've got to post something to Patreon, oh no, I've not posted something to Patreon for ages, and then it takes longer and longer and we get guiltier and guiltier, I think that I'll end up posting more if that burden's gone. So everything's free for everybody. Now, if you're on the highest level, and I think I'm introducing a higher level as well, in case anybody does want to support more. So basically, there's £1, which is, if you want to support the channel, you get to see the exact same as free people. If you're already paying £1 a month, feel free to cancel it and watch stuff for free. If you're on the £3 a month and you want to support, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. Free, £1, £3, everything. But again, if you're not getting anything more than someone free is getting, I totally understand if you would want to cancel the membership as well. Go for it. No problem at all. It's just basically a way to support the channel if you can afford to and if you want to. There is zero pressure whatsoever from this end. I will be introducing a £5 tier, right? Once again, still nothing extra, no promises, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that I will be posting more. But again, same access as if you're on free or paid, it's all the same. What do you think about that? I know that if anybody had any sort of business acumen, they would say I'm an absolute idiot. But it's not about making money from the community. It's giving the community an avenue to support if they want to, and it does help the channel, so it's hugely appreciated. But I'm thinking more about longevity of me doing YouTube and what I can actually keep up with, and I feel guilty if I don't keep up with my promises, right? So that is basically it. All right. Excuse me, Rexamatic, you appreciate the thoughts about Patreon. Maybe you could try periodic offers for voluntary tips. Yeah, we could do all sorts of things later. I mean, if I ever come out with some sort of something to sell or something like that, that could be a paid thing. But in terms of just like putting up extra content and videos and pictures and posts, yeah, that's what I'll do over on Patreon. Something else I've just realised is that 90 minutes might be too long for me as well. I think maybe it's just because everybody was expecting the hour, and because it's went on later, we've maybe bounced. Who knows? So let's get back into the chat. Vincent Brennan says taps off. Nice. No, you definitely don't want to see that here. Indie OG, you couldn't drink all that water without hitting the bowl 2 or 3 times in 90 minutes. I know the feeling. Yes. We've been to the bowl plenty before the live stream started. Excuse me. Mad Hatter, the internet is going to be flooded with NAMM show footage all weekend and next week, and it's going to be so hard to keep up with. Yes. Well, I mean, next. Not next week, the week after, isn't it? Because it's like I think the first day is the 20th or something, is it? I think. Thank you to Patreons, says Scott Bogfute. Thank you, mate. Reformatic, you're speaking to Anton. Sorry, mate. Apologies. But what are you saying anyway? I'm curious. You were holding off on guitar acquisitions, then stumbled upon a nice used Squire Classic Vibe 60s thin line. We'll feature it on an upcoming show. Yeah, there's one on eBay just now that is absolutely beautiful. I think it's a limited edition. It's all white, like I think it's, is it Arctic white maybe? It's absolutely beautiful. Black pickguard, maple neck, maple fretboard, black block inlays. It might be a bound board actually. And is it wide range pickups as well? I think it might be wide range humbuckers. Nice. Couple more subs and you can upgrade to posh fizzy water. Oh, we can dream. We can dream, mate. Actually, we're getting close to the 1,000 on this channel, I think. I can't remember where we're at, but we're getting close. Maybe, I don't know, April or something. That'd be cool. 3 Wise Men, yes indeed. Look forward to seeing it. Getting way more guitars after getting yours back from Agrajag. Oh yeah. How did you like that, by the way, Anton? Did I hear about how you got on with your Agra-jagged MIJ guitar, or have you not got it back yet? Appreciate the thoughts about Patreon. Oh yeah, periodic offers, we got that. Yeah, there we did. Mini Guitar Society, you really dig the offsets and the Jazzmaster pickups are such a unique sound. Yes, indeed. Sounds great. Jaguars, I've been looking at Jaguars too. 952, thank you, Search for Tone. Yeah, Jaguars. Speaking of which, I was writing this list that I found on my old board. Whoops. A list that I did on a previous live stream. It was all kind of rubbed out. So I went and typed it up on a notes thing, and it was guitars to check out in 2026. Maybe this could be next week's live stream. So, oh, and I thought I would maybe tease one of the things that I'm gassing for so hard. I'm going to show you it in a minute, actually, because I'm excited about it. Right, I'll save that for the end. Right, so guitars to check out in 2026. Vintage, as in the brand. I want to check out a vintage guitar. Even although I hate the brand name, big time, I've just never tried one, never spent any time with one, so that's the plan. And everybody raves about them. I know they're supposed to be good. Next up, because Rexmatic just mentioned that there, a Squire Jaguar. I really fancy the one in, what is it? Is it called like Mystic Brown or something like that? Or something kind of mocha, sparkle, I don't know what it's called. It's got a maple fretboard, so I fancy the Squire Affinity Jaguar. Hagstrom, I want to check out Hagstrom. Tees guitars. There was mention that Tees might be getting something in the UK going. So if they do, I would love to be one of the people that gets to check out a Tees guitar in the UK. I know, who is it? Search for Tone, I know you've got some connections to Tees and whatnot, so if you're in touch, maybe if they're looking for anybody UK, ask them to reach out. That'd be cool. Sire guitars. 3 years this channel's been going. This channel is, a lot of it is about budget HSS strats. And I love affordable, good quality guitars. Why have I never checked out a Sire? I can't believe I've never checked out Sire, but hold on. Hold on. I may have shown you this before, but I'm going to show you again. Hold on. I'm walking through the back bit now, where my bike is, and this guy. This is actually the biggest guitar I own. Here it comes. It's coming. We're nearly there. Let's do this. Did I press it? I thought I pressed it. Sire. Sire Marcus Miller 5-string jazz. V7 first gen. 2 battery compartments for 2 9 volt batteries because it's got an 18 volt preamp. Can you believe that? Right, there you go. So I already know Sire does, whoops, let's wait to fall down. Oh, now that's fallen down. Everything's getting ruined. I already know Sire do fantastic quality instruments. I know. I've had that bass for probably about 5 years or more, maybe more. But I've never tried out a Sire guitar. Not even in a shop. Never tried out a Sire. So, that needs to change. Also on the list is artist guitars. I've briefly tried out an artist when I was at Mile House Studios in Plymouth, but it wasn't the artist I was expecting. It was more of a kind of shreddy super Strat type of thing. I want to try out one of their sort of more Strat or Tele looking guitars. East Coast. I have an East Coast baritone that I got for £99. New. It's alright. And I've played a load of my pupils' East Coast guitars, but I've never bought or owned one, and I want to. And actually, I noticed we're near the end of the stream, and probably no one's watching this at this point, apart from the people who are here. Thank you, but in terms of catch up, it's probably not happening. So here's what might happen at the end of the stream. I might get a bit spicy. So I noticed something recently on the Andertons channel. Right now, let it be known, I love the Andertons channel. I love Lee Anderton and Danish Pete, like them as a sort of dynamic duo, and the videos very entertaining. I think we're almost from the same era, and the banter's good, and I get most of the references and stuff they're talking about. So I like them, right? Like the channel, but I've bought from Andertons in the past, and it's not my favourite at all. Far from it. One of my least favourites in the UK actually, and they're never the cheapest either. But they did a video on like the new East Coast range or something like a month or two ago, and I noticed Lee stuck something in there, and he was saying like, yeah, I noticed that everybody talks about the necks of East Coast guitars and how great they are and stuff like that. I was thinking, do they? Do they really say that? Have I heard a lot of people saying that? I don't know if I've heard a lot of people saying that, or if maybe you're just trying to make that a thing. Are you trying to make that a thing? But like I say, I would like to find out for myself. I only say that because I know they don't do 9.5 inch radius fretboards. They're all 12. But yeah, I want to check one out, so I'll maybe check one out in the future. So East Coast, there you go. That bit of spice there, do you like that? Right, also, Squire Classic Vibe anything. I've not tried out a Squire Classic Vibe in years. Probably about 10 years or more. So yeah, quite fancy trying out a Squire Classic Vibe. In fact, I'm going to come up with a prediction that I've just thought about right now. When was the last time that got rebranded? Classic Vibe. I wonder if Squire at NAMM are going to come out with a new series. Like, they have come out with a couple of new series, like the revamped the Affinity series a couple of years ago. The Sonic series came out a couple of years ago, and the Debut series came out a year or two ago. So they're newish. I mean, the Sonic series and the Debuts are almost the same. But they used to do cool ones. I know they do the Paranormal, but they used to do the Vintage Modernised series, or was it Vintage Modern? That was great. But yeah, I wonder if it's time for them to come out with something a bit different. I'm going to make a prediction. New Squire entire line series coming out. What do you think? Maybe. And a PRS SE. That's the last one that I've not checked out. Any ideas for other things to check out? Chuck them in the list and we'll see. Right. Going back up a bit. Catching up. There we go. Steve, I've been considering Classic Vibe Jaguar as well. A little bit, but it's the Affinity one that sort of appeals to me the most just now because I like the colour and I like the neck profile and the fretboard. Yeah, the only thing with the Classic Vibe I don't love is the sticky sort of gloss they put on the necks and fretboards. Have to kind of take that off, but I mean, it's not a huge deal. Mini Guitar Society, you're curious how the Jazzmaster pickups mount so I could get them into a Mini. I know I can get Jag pickups in one of my Vox Minis. Are they not just direct mount to the pickguard? Oh! Stunning work by Agrajag, your MIG Strat is amazing now. Totally agree with you about the SS frets. Yes, mate. So glad that that one is back. Awesome. A worthwhile investment. Glad you're loving it. Love to see it. Nathan Champion for Gear Safari. If you're seeing jet guitars, ask them where we can get pick guards that fit. Cheers. Yes, they are meant to be getting them out soon. So hopefully there's news on that. In the meantime, they ship worldwide. Where do we get there? Sire are great instruments. Yes, that's all I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever heard a bad review of a Sire guitar. Revolta guitars are pretty amazing. I don't know if we can get them in the UK or Rexomatic, but I will keep an eye out. Thank you for that. What is that? The one that's something to do with Fano? Is it? Or the other? Who's the other guys? Yeah, I think it might be. Anton, yeah, a Tees guitar, yeah, maybe that'd be cool. Hozzer, you've got a Sire acoustic, build quality is flawless, yes, and we like the bass, thank you very much. Francis, you've got the Sire U5 short scale bass, lovely, nice, Bess, yes indeed. Anton, you parted with Tees, but HB is just as good. Oh, okay, fair enough. Whoops, the other way around. And now with Firefly expected to make it, what, over here in the UK too? I didn't know about Firefly. Give me some news on that. There we go. Can't trust the thing that comes out Lee's mouth. I never said it, but yeah, that was the impression I got from that one. Although, I don't mind, maybe you could do loads of spoilers here at the end of the stream. I was thinking about doing a video of, will I say it? Nah, I'll keep it to myself. Yeah, okay. Where are we at? Fame guitars from Germany are very good, but hardly get any coverage at all. Yes, I've heard of them too. Oh, J&D guitars. There's a specific J&D guitar that I want to check out. There's one that I've actually got in my basket right now that I've almost bought on about 6 occasions. Yeah, but they're Blue Fingers, sorry. Hello to see you, by the way. They're the, they do very PRS style ones, don't they? Guitar stock East Coast as their partners to the brand. Yes, I've seen that. You ran it at Film McKnight and he had some good things to say about Firefly. Nice. You were shocked to see them approach $500, those squares. Which ones? The classic Vibes, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Production Square Modern Vibe Series. Yesterday's guitars at tomorrow's prices. Brilliant, mate. That's amazing. Awesome. Love that. Search for tone. Sorry, Rexomatic every once in a while you may get an issue, but for the price you get a lot in a Firefly. Ah, right. I mean, as far as I'm aware, Firefly make their guitars in the same factory as the high-end Harley Bentons, because there's a few models that are like identical, just with different logos and whatnot. Do Fender do a double neck? Maybe. I'm not sure. Funnily enough, will I be able to find this? I wonder if I can find this. I got my picture taken with a fake Fender double neck not long ago. See if I can find it here. There it is. Will you be able to see this? There you go. 12 string and a 6. That was at the Tex place. He was like, oh, check this out. Faker. Anywho, where do we get to there? Anton, you're looking forward to the Harley Benton Fusion 4. I hope there is news soon. Yeah. I know they're coming out soon, but I've never heard a lot about them. So, yeah, if they do, I'm going to make one of those sort of same videos that I did for the other two ones, because I did pretty well. So that's the plan. As soon as they come out, if I get time, although I might not be able to get there quick enough, we'll see. Classic Jazzmaster soap bars mount to the body. There we go. Yes, Dennis Fano at Novo Guitars. Right, there we go. That's the guy I was thinking of. IS by Solar available in the UK. Oh, is S by Solar available? I do not know. See, Solar have not been really on the radar because they're more kind of shreddy, not usually my type of thing. So if they are available, I've not been paying attention, but maybe I should. Steve Razor, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming in. We're just finishing up, actually. How was that? 90 minutes? Was that too long? Is that too long for catch up? Let me know. After a while, I'll start to find my feet in rhythm. And like I say, if there's a Q&A bit and I can find a good question, if I can find a question that I've got a good answer to, that's what we'll do. I think that could be a bit that'll make this a bit easier. And then we can open up the floor and chat about it and stuff. David Gilmour had a double neck strap, but don't know if Fender made it. That might have been it. That was probably Dave Gilmour's, that one that I got my picture taken with. That double neck must have been 7 kilos. Yeah, it was pretty heavy, definitely. Fame Guitars make an affordable offset telly too, and some others. Nice. Have to check them out. Offset telly, you say? Cool. The other John Brown's in the house. Thank you so much, mate. And entering the building with flatulence. That's what I like to see, mate. Great to see you. Check out the other John Brown's channel. He's a great laddie. He's a funny guy. And are the amps. Are the amps, are the speakers, are the stuffs. He's a clever laddie as well. Engineer or something, is that right? When someone reviews gear long after launch, you get more balanced opinions. Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of past all of the, what do you call it? Fanfare, hype, and whatnot. Rexomatic, you're only allotted 90 minutes to your Scottish language course. See you all later. Yes, indeed. And apologies, Rexomatic, I will need to get caught up on my emails as soon as possible. It'll probably be the weekend because tomorrow's going to be busy. Remember, tomorrow's video should be a fun one. Should be a fun one. Collab with my favourites, legendary YouTubers, and great channels. So I'm looking forward to that. Right. Okay, I think it's about that time. I nearly made 90 minutes. We're a bit early, but I've run out of steam. There's nothing else to tell you. What'd you have for your lunch? Okay, right. So thanks all for coming. Thank you to the new YouTube members on the new channel. Hugely appreciated. We might even have more here than on the main channel already. Craziness. Might even be the same people. We cancel their memberships on the main channel. I don't blame you. Do it if you must. Right. So thanks again. If you're on the Patreon, remember everything on Patreon going forward is free until I'm at a point where I've got something more sustainable to post. So until then, jump over to Patreon. Everything's going to be free. Enjoy what's on there for none. All right. And if you want to pay on Patreon, you can. If you're already paying, you don't want to, don't. All right. Appreciate it anyway. Right. Until next time, which will be tomorrow, premiere 9 PM UK because of other audiences. Hopefully see you there. See you later. And thanks for coming. Look, see what I was telling you about my new logo? There it is there. The new wee Steve Cassidy logo. Logo? That's what I said. Right. Wow, 90 minutes. Actually, in 10 seconds, it'll be 90 minutes. So I've nearly made it. Thanks again, everybody. Is 90 minutes too long? I need some feedback. Let me know in the comments and stuff like that. They're going to be 90 minutes anyway. I will find a way to fill that 90 minutes. Right, okay. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. See you later. Bye. See ya. Cheerio. Bye-bye.